Oh my God, if you are single and dating in this climate, I don't know how you get through social media without just falling apart or getting frustrated because so many people have opinions. So many people who clearly are hurt are just sharing their thoughts unfiltered. There's a lot of information and misinformation that is being shared by people who really, frankly, shouldn't have a platform at all. The reason why, as a content creator and a dating coach, I get frustrated is because I know what this does to a person's psyche when they see constant messages that are speaking disparagingly of the opposite sex. And I'm being intentional to not put this all on men and not put it all on women, because there is tons of information out there. There's a lot of toxic content that comes from women, and there's a lot of toxic content that comes from men. And the end result is that people say, I'm just going to go my own way. I'm just not going to date. I saw a guy just post today and say, it's just not worth it. That could not be a bigger lie. Dating is worth it. Why? Because at the end, you can find somebody who is a great match for you, who enriches their life. I don't believe that we were designed to live single. That is such a flawed way of thinking, in my personal opinion. I don't think that we were meant to live alone. I think that a lot of people have told themselves, I would rather be single, because they've been hurt so many times, but not because they truly, genuinely don't want a partner. Now, if you're somebody who says, I truly don't want somebody, I love being alone, this is something that I crave, this is not for you. But I don't think that the majority of humans are like that. I think the average person who claims to say that they want singleness is only saying that because they're looking at singleness as the only way to have peace. They're looking at singleness as the only guarantee that someone is not going to stress them out, hurt them, or let them down in some way. And I don't think that the answer is swearing off relationships. If you're a woman, swearing off men is not the answer. Men swearing off women is not the answer. The answer comes from getting a better understanding of, one, yourself, and two, the opposite sex. I think that so many people have been raised in broken homes where perhaps the one parent that is there is just trying to keep a roof over their head. They're just trying to keep food on the table, and there isn't a lot of time to really sit down and explain the dynamics of a relationship, or maybe that person doesn't have the tools either, which is why they're a single parent. So I think that a lot of healing needs to take place with my generation especially, and for sure the next generation. I think that we need to get outside of selfishness. There is so much selfishness that has been pushed on us from mainstream media. It's all about you. Just do it. If it makes you feel good, do it. Have it your way. And I'm not coming for those corporations, but it represents this mindset of entitlement, that we are on an island by ourselves and we just do whatever makes us happy. I think that's why ghosting is such a big plague, because it's like, I don't want you. I don't feel any obligation to you, stranger, to communicate. But the reality is that it takes courage. It takes hope and faith to agree to meet up with somebody and try to get to know them. And every time somebody ghosts a person, it becomes more and more difficult to be open and vulnerable to start that process again. So I'm just one person in a sea of people, okay? I don't think that I'm going to reach the majority of people, but I'm hoping to find my tribe of people who say, you know what? The way I'm doing it isn't working. The way that I'm doing it isn't getting me what I want. And when I set out 9 years ago to figure out what I could be doing differently, because I got married at 23. I stuck it out for 12 years and I had to go. It was not a healthy environment for me. Wasn't a healthy environment for him either, to be honest. And I said, you know what? I want a second chance and I want to do it right this time. I want a fresh slate and I want to see if I can have the life that I always dreamed of. And after asking men, beautiful, beautiful souls on social media who just volunteered this information, I started to learn universal truths about men, what all men typically want in a partner, their typical fears, their typical desires, things that they just need as a baseline, want as a baseline. The same way as women, we have a baseline. We want to feel loved and adored. We want to feel cherished. We want to be protected. Even if we have money, we want a man who's still willing to provide for us. We want safety. We want protection. And so We want to feel heard. We want to feel seen emotionally. These are a lot of the universal truths that women share, and men also have universal truths. So if you are not following me, I recommend you follow my page. Learn some stuff about men. If you are a man, I invite you to join my men's page, which is linked on this page. It's Youngster Nation. It's a private page. It's a safe space for men to share their thoughts on love, dating, sex, and relationships. Because it's all men, you can say what you need to say unfiltered, and then I translate it, I put it into women's words, and then share it with the women. And here's the thing, ladies. A lot of these podcasters have been trying to share these principles that I share, but unfortunately, not all of them have done it in love. And so the message is completely lost because the way that they are speaking is not one that says, I actually care about you. And most people say, no one cares what you know before they know how much you care. How does the saying go? It's not, they don't care what you know until they know that you can. You guys know the quote. I would hope, okay? So I do care. And I have helped tons and tons of women have a better understanding of men who have been able to then turn around and become better partners. Men, I hope that you will join me and share and help me to continue to understand your needs. Ladies, I hope you join me on the journey. I'll see you on my page, Chasing Yancy.